Hey, good morning, y'all. Good morning, Coach D. Joshua, the man on a mission, on a move. I saw your video. You said, y'all know I don't do this often, and you were inviting people to the barbecue. You told them to bring a side and all that stuff. I said, look at him making moves. Yes. Well, good morning. I walked out and it looks like it's going to rain, or like it may have rained, and but that's okay. Work still has to go on, and so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my day. Got up at the same time I usually do when I was in school. So right now, I'm working on something different. Good morning, Susan. And even though it's the summer, I'm still getting up as though I had to, go to school, because there's some things I'm trying to do, and I got to do some things I've never done before. So it feels a little different, but I have to do it. And so today, my thought is, what happens when you lose personal freedom? We all want to be free. We talk about being free. We even sing, songs that talk about freedom, and you hear, land of the free, home of the brave, and all of that. And we could debate that. But what happens when you lose personal freedom? I was listening to a pastor yesterday, a very controversial pastor, and he's all over social media. You may have heard him too. But I was listening to him yesterday, and he was talking about how we have gotten as a people, my people, how we have gotten to the place to where, exactly, I'm going to shake a tail feather. We've gotten to the place to where we always want somebody else looking out for us, somebody else taking care of us. Oh, he takes good care of me. She takes good care of me. My job takes good care of me. And I said, dang, man, we have really lost our personal freedom. And I thought about the book by Brendan Burchard called The Motivation Manifesto. I'm still reading that book. I don't think I ever stopped reading it, but I was reading the Motivation Manifesto, and in the Motivation Manifesto it talks about personal freedom. And I said, you know what? That is so true. We talk so much about, what we have as a people, what we don't have as a people. We think people owe us something. We think, the man owes us something. We believe all this stuff. But what happens when you lose personal freedom? What happens when you lose it? Some people have lost it and they don't even know. It's like, oh, well, hey, good morning, Kamika, thanks for joining. You don't even know, that you've lost it. And what happens is, number one is the real you sits down and some fake pseudo you stands up. So when you realize that, you know what, she's doing a good job at taking care of me, I'm going to just sit back and chill. They take good care of me. My company's taking good care of me. It's like you have, put your life in the hands of strangers who really don't care about your life at all. And you're good because they're, quote unquote, taking care of you. Who wants to lose their personal freedom? Like, people don't sign up and say, I want to lose my personal freedom. It's the decisions that people make. It's the decisions that you make. It's the commitments that you make to yourself and the commitments that you don't make, with yourself. And so we have to stay committed to the commitment. And I don't know what you've committed to yourself, or I've committed that I'm going to get up every day as though I were going to school at that same 5 o'clock hour and make the day happen. I just have to show up and do that for myself, because you're not going to do it for me. I can't allow my personal freedom to be interrupted because I want to sleep in. No. In order to have things that other people don't have, you're going to have to do some of the things that they're not willing to do. True statement. Coach D says, ladies, they say, waiting on the law. We surrender to a place that will repay us nothing. And this is true. Good morning, Teresa. This is true. And so when I was listening to him speak, I said, oh my God, that's the truth. We running around here, we marching and we doing all this stuff. We shall overcome. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with singing those songs, but damn, when are we going to overcome? Are we still going to be singing the same song? Waiting on the man to come and take care of us and rescue us and do for us what we can do for ourselves? Like, when does it stop? Where does it stop? Because when we realize that we have power to make a change, only if we were band together, oh my God, we would experience personal freedom. And they building them houses quick. Anyway, I'm sorry, I digress. But they, meaning people over there, are real quick to orchestrate your life for you if you put your life in their hands. And trust me, at the end of the day, don't have a whole lot waiting on you. They don't. Nobody says, oh, you know what, Blake, come on, let me just take care of you right now. And at the end of your retirement, I'm gonna make sure your kids have a college fund. I'm gonna make sure that I set up something for your children's children. I'm gonna make sure that everybody's taking care of you. Just chill. No, it doesn't happen that way. Nobody's knocking on your door to do it. And that's what we have to remember. And yes, God helps those who help themselves. And when I was listening to him speak yesterday, he was saying, you know, sometimes we can't help people. We can't. We can't. I have a neighbor, and the neighbor has 3 boys, and those boys are like teens, but her yard is never cut. I see a lot of guys coming in and out, and maybe they're just visiting. I don't know why they're there. It's just what I've seen, but the yard is still messed up. See, a whole lot of times we place stock in people, and we place all of our whatever it is in people, and we can't even manage to get little tasks completed, because we got quote unquote people taking good care of us. Now bump that. What can I do for myself? Because I can't allow my personal freedom to be jeopardized because I want to lay in the cut and chill. It doesn't go that way. When we lose our personal freedom, we give up who we are, so that this person that we don't even know can evolve. And we do it unconsciously because we just allow other people to come in and say things like, oh, you've been here for a long time. In companies, people have invested so much in people. They say, oh, you know, we've trained you for 20 years and you're so good at this. You're good at this. And we just want you to stay on. We want you to just keep training. And it's like they go ahead and orchestrate your life for you. And just because you get a quote unquote check that looks okay, you know, you're good with that. Bring the check home, they can't even pay all your bills. You got to go be a Walmart greeter so you can make up the difference. We can ill afford to do that. Time is far spent. It's time to be about our business. We can't be so distracted and concerned with what's going on in the world that we lose our personal freedom at the expense of someone else taking care of us. You know, we'd rather get the EBT card. He said it's an Eat Better Today card. I was like rolling. I said, yeah, you know, you want to sit back and do that. We'll give you the EBT card. Then after you get the EBT card, you want to complain because there's some things you can't buy with it. Like, really? Personal freedom, we give it up. See, it's June. July's coming. August is coming. People know school comes at the same time every year. It's not a surprise. So does Christmas. You know it's coming. Yet and still, you've given up your personal freedom as a person to get out and make it happen for your family. You're willing to stand in a line at 125-degree heat to get some damn pencils and notebooks. Are you kidding me? You have no skills that you can employ and put in place to help you get money for that? I'm just asking. Personal freedom, we give it up. We give it up because we are lazy. Somebody said that this morning. Who was that said, oh, Coach D, lazy? Because you don't want to get out and make a difference. Hey, Dana, good morning. Yeah, you don't want to get up and make it happen. You don't. You don't. People say, well, Cree, why you get up so early? It's the summer. School is out. You know what? I don't do school right now. Right now, I do Cree. And doing Cree means I have to still get up. I have stuff to do. Good morning, Miss Tina. Good morning, Miss Mina. I'm telling you. So we can't lose when we stand up for ourselves and stay committed to the commitments we made to ourselves. We can't lose. We can't lose. We can't lose. When you are living in this zone or in the realm of personal freedom, it's like you're free to love who you want to love. You're free to live life on your own terms. You just dance to the beat of your own drum. That's true freedom. That's true freedom. That's why some people decide to go live off the land. Hey, Tina, they want to go live off the land, grow their own food, have their own livestock. They truly live off the land. Personal freedom, not, I think I can allow you to have this, that. What the hell? How does it feel to be an adult and you have to go and ask your boss, can I be off tomorrow because my children are sick and need me? Can I be off tomorrow because my husband is sick and I need to be there to care for him? To me, that sounds like a form of slavery, but that's just me thinking. I don't know everything, but all I know is this. When it comes to your personal freedom, you can't put it in the hands of somebody else. Oh, Mina, good morning. Thank you, honey. I love you too. Y'all, that's Mina. Mina Muhammad tells it like it is. Sometimes y'all send her a friend request. Sometimes you can see her crazy posts, but they be so on point. They be on point. And it's true. It is the truth. When it comes to, boldly speaking our thoughts, sometimes we cower down to other people because they can't handle the truth. No pun intended. But they can't handle the truth. So we tip around how we really feel because we're afraid of what some other people are going to say. Oh, I'm committed to this and I'm committed to that. I'm committed. I am going to quit smoking. But they lighting up a damn cigarette while you talking. Oh, I don't drink anymore. I quit. And every time you see them, they're lit. But you committed. That's fine. Again, you're the one in control. So you think. But when it comes to living your life on your own terms, you have to be willing to do things that might appear to be awkward to other people. Who cares? Hey, Millie. Who cares? Who cares? We've got to learn how to focus and do what we need to do for ourselves. That's why I had this acronym on my board, because I read that every morning. I come in here to work because we have to know that we can ill afford to put our lives and personal freedom in the hands of somebody else. If they'll separate damn kids from their mamas and daddies at the border and have them sitting in I don't know what these holding tanks and things are, but if they'll have people sitting down there and it's people's children and they're separating children from families, what the hell you think they'll do for you? Like, who are you to think that they're going to take care of you? No, I come real hard on my people. Hey, Mavis, good morning. Yes, we have to do it until it is done. Blake says we have a responsibility and the power to fulfill our potential each day, but so many lack the wisdom of personal freedom because they choose to stay in bondage. It's easier for them because they don't have to put the work in, and that's true, because they choose to stay in bondage, and that is it. They choose to stay in bondage. They choose to. You can't let any situation or your past hold you bondage and make you just sit there and go, oh, okay, well, this is all I can do. See, if you go to school and spend money on a degree and you got student loans that you'll probably have to live another lifetime to pay for, and then you get out and you can only do one thing and that's it, and you didn't learn to do anything else, and you didn't learn how to improvise, why did you even go? Are you truly educated? That's why I do a lot of things. People say, "Cree, you're Jamaican." Oh, okay, I'll take that. I learned how to do hair. I was doing microblades. I was doing micro braids, flat twists, cornrows, you name it, weave. I was doing it all in school. I threw the paper, baked cakes, you name it. Tutoring kids for $10 an hour. Folks didn't want to pay. Tutoring, reading, and Spanish and writing, you name it, I did it. Proofing papers, writing papers, taking classes, doing that, you name it. You can't tell me that you can go to school all this time, invest this time and money, and you can't figure out how to have personal freedom, and you can't figure out how to do something else. I will never forget when I was reading. I don't remember the name of the book now. It was a long time ago. It said that the employee is the new phenomenon, not damn entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs is nothing. Those aren't new people. That's not this new thing that just popped up. People were entrepreneurs way back when. It's employees that's new, going to school, being trained to do one thing and do it well. People were entrepreneurs back in the day. The candy house, y'all remember the candy lady in the neighborhood? My kids used to walk behind the house to the candy lady's house. And I wasn't scared for them to go there because everybody knew her. They trusted her. And that's how she made her little living. It was like, this is my hustle. And everybody knew who to go to in the community. Entrepreneurship, selling pickles and Kool-Aid and lollipops and cold pops and all this stuff. But you mean to tell me you can't figure out how to get some damn pencils and pens and book satchels and stuff for your children for school? Okay. Coach D says Caribbean people have no choice. Traditional Americans are one-horse shows, boring. I can induct you as Caribbean. Induct me as Caribbean? You sure can. You sure can. And I'll take that every day, because let me tell you something. I know that it looks weird and it looks different to people when you start doing things differently, but it's okay, because your personal freedom is at stake. We don't need the state looking after us and us being dulled and humble by having the state look after us. That's a line in a poem called Uncommon Man. And so I don't want to be dulled by having the state look after me. I want to be the one making decisions. I don't knock people who need assistance and need help. But what about me? What if I needed help now? Oh, you know what? Hey, I'm about $500 short on my mortgage. So can I go sign up for some help? They'll tell me get my butt out of there and don't even come back in. There will be no help for me. There will be no help for me. No help for me. But then we get mad because we're so used to a handout. If they make a change, you know, you can't get this, or they're a little short, you pissed off. Well, you know what? You didn't earn what you have no way. We're helping you with the EBT card and stuff like that. And again, I'm not knocking people who do it. I'm just saying the attitudes of some of us say, you know what? I've given up my personal freedom. I just want to have everybody else looking for me. I'll just sit back and watch daytime TV, non-discriminatory TV, just looking at anything that's on there, and I'll wait on my check. You have no personal freedom. You're a damn slave. That's what you are. It's what it is. And until we get to a point to where we call it what it is, we're going to always be walking around going, oh, okay, you know, it's okay if you ain't working right now. No, it's not. No. No, Christmas comes at the same time every year. Why are you in line asking somebody for some help? Unless it's a grandmother somewhere raising some children. She didn't sign up for that. Yeah, they can get help. But you everybody and you want to be in a line asking for some help? Unless it's a dire emergency, boo, go to work. America's supposed to be land of opportunity, not the land of jobs. People come here for opportunity, ability to make their own money. And then the people that do come here for the opportunity, they get in and get it done, and then you mad at them. I ain't mad at the little Chinese people. Want nail done, you want gel nail, you pick color. Pick color, girl. All beauty. Look good like beauty queen. You want square or round? You don't take them all year to learn how to say that? Yeah, and they talking about your feet, and they talking about everybody in there, and they talking about how they getting all our money. But you mad at them. Open your own. Oh, and if anybody know of a black-owned beauty supply, I need to know where that place is. So don't be mad at them because they come over here. Good morning, Dorisha. Don't be mad at them because they come over here, learn how to fry chicken and fry fish better than we do. And sell it, honey. We got chicken wing for you. Chicken wing, rice, shrimp fried rice, chicken wing for you. We got 6 wings, $7. I ain't mad. Go on, do it. Do what you do. Freedom comes with having purpose. Personal freedom sounds good, but that freedom requires both knowledge and action. Even the Bible teaches that faith without works is dead. People from other countries know and understand how hard it is, so they don't take the opportunities we have here for granted. My husband came from poverty on a level I have not known. So he works much harder than the average man to ensure our personal freedom. And he probably looking around going, damn, what's wrong with them? And I understand that. But that's because he came and he came from it and he knows. And a lot of times we haven't, I don't know if we haven't experienced it enough, or we just don't want to learn how to do better and have more. I think sometimes that we are handicapped because we've given so much. We're being given so much. But see, he knows that struggle. So he's like, no, I don't want this for my kids. So let me show them what this looks like. But we mad because people from other countries come over here and they make it happen. They make it work. Don't be mad at them. Don't be mad at them. Just get in and get the work done. Get the work done. So as you go throughout your day, think about personal freedom and what it truly costs you. You have to have knowledge of it. You have to have knowledge. You have to have knowledge, and you have to have action. I can't say, oh, you know what? I need to sell 26 houses at roughly $289,000, and that'll give me approximately $200,000 a year. I can't say that and know those numbers and then sit up here and drink coffee all day and binge watch Amazon videos. I'm sorry. I'm so grateful. I think Amazon videos come straight from the hands of God himself. Lord, thank you. I love Amazon videos. I can't spend all my time watching Amazon. Got to go to work. I got to get up and show up and be an active participant in my own life and not showing up with my hand out. H2O part 2. People down there, no running water. I don't know all the ins and outs of putting a water line in. That's not what I studied. But there's a need that needs to be met. There's a need. I have a friend, and Blake, I think I talked to you about him one time, who is from Jamaica, and he's here working. He's in Florida, and he works day in and day out. He works so hard to take care of his children back home. He sends his whole check back home so those kids can go to school. See, over there, they pay for their kids to go to school. It's not a free education where you want to bring your kids today and they got attendance problems, and then they got to come talk to me. No, it's not like that. They pay to go. And he wants a better life for his children, and so he sacrificed his life almost. I mean, he has no life because he works all the time and he's sending his money back home so his children can go to school. He wants those children to be successful. So he's not truly free because he's working like a borrowed slave day in and day out to send his money back home, and he's not making a whole lot. And some of us can't even commit to making ourselves better. But you want to talk about somebody else. I was homeless, Josh says. I was homeless several times before the 8th grade. That's where my drive comes from. Lord have mercy. What do you do when you're homeless? Several times. Not once, but several times before the 8th grade. Before the 8th grade. 8th grade, you're still trying to figure out who you are. Wow. That's where your drive comes from. I see it. Blake says America has created a system to keep people in bondage, and many just don't realize that. They don't. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like they don't even realize that they're in bondage. And that's what saddens my heart, because we have the nerve to walk around with our damn noses turned up at people sometimes. And he sell hot dogs on the corner. You want to look down at him? Well, you know what? He ain't slanging dough. He gonna have money to buy school supplies because he's selling them hot dogs for $2 a piece. He'd have had 300 people come by him today. And he'll be back here tomorrow. While you binge watching Netflix, he'll be here the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And you got a whole boyfriend at home, and you can't get no school supplies. You got a whole boyfriend at home, and you can't get your light bill paid. And I could talk about a whole lot of stuff that's probably no good as to why you're still in need, but I won't go there. We can have those conversations like off to the side. But I'm just saying, we have to be cautious and careful about what we say and how we judge others, because we don't really know what people are going through. But at the same time, we have to understand that there's a price that has to be paid. We say we're free now. There was a price that had to be paid. So it's dark. I think this is dark. I don't know if you can see me well, but that's okay. I don't have other light. But there's a price that has to be paid for everything. There's a price that has to be paid. So need not think that you can go through life with your hand out and people are just going to give unto you. Everything we need is in the Word. And faith without works is dead. That's why you got to be moving and working all the time. Good morning, Nishada. You got to be working. You can't say, oh, you know what? I don't know. I just think that, if I can just get my check, I need to wait until I get my check. Wait until you get your check. No. Okay. And then when you get it, you don't know what to do with it. Coach D, you always put up something that says save, stretch, and drink more water. I know it might not be in the right order, but I see you post those 3 things all the time. There are so many things that need to take place when we decide that we want personal freedom. And your responsibility and accountability is a part of it. It is. It's so much that goes into this being free. And we tip around it. We ignore it. We just walk around like it doesn't exist. And that's why a lot of us stay in bondage. Like says, we send money to Jamaica too. so that we can help children go to school. School fees have to be paid over there, and we take education for granted over here. As a teacher, I see that many times. We're just free babysitters for many families here in America. We are. And here's another thing. Oh, and I'm so happy to hear that. I've heard that so many times, and I know that that's what happens because that's what he does. School fees do have to be paid over there. And if school fees had to be paid over here, maybe parents would get up and take their kids to school. I know some kids that, they come to school every now and then. That's why you have those attendance for credit meetings. How you miss 137 days? We're only in school, 187? You don't miss 137 days? Yeah, it happens. I had a student like that. I'm like, what were you doing? Hey, Michelle. Now, I have some pretty interesting topics because I just think about, okay, we got to talk about this. But when it comes to schooling over here, we take it for granted. I've never seen so many children graduating school, not even damn college ready. But that's the goal of schools. But they're not, they meaning parents, are not cognizant of the fact that you have to take matters into your own hand when it comes to the education of your children. Don't play. You know they can't read them Sunday school lessons and them little scriptures at church. You know they can't read the Easter speeches. Stop acting like they can read the lines for the Christmas play. Stop acting like you can give them a book and they read on level when they cannot. And you just tip around and walk around like it's no big deal. But see, over there, in other parts of the world, kids go to school 7 days a week, 6 days a week. They're studying. Ain't no, oh, let me get on social media and I think I'll read. I think I might read today. Oh, I wonder what's happening on it. Let me do it for the gram. They ain't doing it for the gram. They're doing it for the mind. And so when we look at the numbers, those kids are outscoring our children. They are. They outscore us. And we take it for granted. Oh, it's that teacher. Blake, you know how you had those parents come in and they say, oh, that teacher doesn't like my son. That teacher doesn't like, oh, okay, well, this is the same disrespectful kid that I've talked to you about. And I don't ever see you until field day. You can't ever come to a parent conference. How do you set your children up for personal freedom if that's the message that you're sending? It's okay if I don't. Good morning, Keisha. It's okay if we don't show up for parent conferences. It's okay if you're failing the first, second, and third 6 weeks. And then at the end of the year when they're about to fail, you want to come in and talk to me about it. Well, my thing is, you know what? Well, at what point did you realize that they were failing? Oh, okay. You want to know what you can do to get them to the next grade now? Bring them to summer school for 8 days and go ahead and let them repeat the grade because they're 2 levels behind. See, those are real hard conversations to have with people, but we are the ones who have to be responsible for our children and take a more proactive approach in teaching them. We can't just sit back and wait on other people to do that for us. You set your kids up for failure. Now they look good. They look good. They got on the latest everything. Student told me, oh, it doesn't matter. I dropped my iPhone. My daddy is going to buy me another one. I said, oh, y'all just buy iPhones whenever you break another? I don't own an iPhone. I don't like iPhones. I'm an Android type of girl, and that's just what I use. But they tell me iPhones are expensive. So if you're in the 5th grade and you're on your 2nd iPhone, but you're barely passing, seem like your daddy needs to give me some of that iPhone money and let me do some private tutoring to help you get to where you need to be. See, that's personal freedom. It's when you equip your children how to expand and how to compete on a global level. That's what we want for our children. We have to set it up for them. I had this conversation yesterday with a guy who teaches here in Tennessee. Man, I'm like, I have this conversation a lot too, Keisha, and usually I have this conversation at the end of the year. And sadly, parents wait until the end of the year to do that. And I'm in a whole other topic, but I'm going to keep flowing with it. Because here's the thing. You know your kids were failing at the beginning. You knew they were behind. You knew they couldn't read on level when school started. But you decided to put all that into the teacher's hand. It's the summer. Everybody's hyped about, oh, let's go swimming. We're going to karate class. We're going to go to golf. We're going to go do this. We're going to go to Hurricane Harbor. No, take some of that Hurricane Harbor money, honey, and buy some tutoring courses and get into some tutoring so that your baby will be able to read. They lose information over the year anyway, over the summer. But we have to take a more proactive approach. Good morning, Velva. We have to take a more proactive approach when it comes to our children and teaching about personal freedom. I don't see anywhere in the Word of God where people were standing in line to get damn free book satchels and supplies and stuff, and people didn't have what they needed. People knew how to get what they needed. They did. And again, I'm not bashing anyone who needs the extra help. I'm bashing people who sit at home day in and day out while everybody else is out making it happen. And you're just like, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to wait and, wait on my stuff to come through the mail. Young able-bodied people, hey, sis, how you doing? I'm doing wonderful. How are you? I'm down on my luck now. Can you loan me 50 cents to catch the bus? I said, 50 cents won't get you on the bus. You passed all them signs that said hiring. Go home and follow the rules. You can't be but what, 16, 17? Well, go home and follow your mom and dad's rules. You'll be all right. Everybody don't have that freedom, but we've got to have that drive within us. We have to have a why. We have to have a why. Good morning, Ms. Rosalind. You have to have a why, and it has to be so strong and so great that it propels you to do more and so you can have more. I don't stay nowhere on no damn job year in and year out and don't get a raise. Who doing that? But the personal freedom that I desire pushes me to do things that other people probably wouldn't do. And I'm good with that. A teacher can't do it all by themselves. Parents have to be held accountable for their children's academic success. I had to have that conversation with a parent, and her response was the school he used to go didn't teach him anything. He moved to our school last 2 months of school, so she was upset with me because I held him back. Well, you know what? She'd have been real mad if you had sent him on and he'd have failed that test 3 times and had to repeat that grade. Education is a big part of personal freedom. It is, and that's why we have to have knowledge of self. We have to have knowledge of self, but we also need the knowledge that comes, through school. And until we are able to grasp that, we'll always be behind. I have a reading room. I've tried to offer free reading classes. Kids don't show up. I've offered free English classes. People don't show up. I've said, if your kids are behind, let me know. People don't show up. So I decided that now it's going to have to be it has to be an extreme case for me to do it free. It has to be an extreme case for me to do it free. Don't worry about it. I got you. I understood what you were saying. Blake, I got you. So no, I'm not doing any of that for free anymore unless God himself taps me on the shoulder and says, sis, look, I need you to do that pro bono. You know why? Because time is money. You don't go and you ask the man, can he reduce his prices for you when you want those new J's for your kid that's failing? You don't do that. Parents that don't have personal freedom don't have and parents that don't have personal freedom don't have the capacity to teach their children. They don't. So that's why, even with school, it's important to get them there every day so that they can glean and learn from the teachers that God has put in place for them. I believe that every kid is strategically placed where they need to be. Now, I'm not saying every teacher's on point. They're not. So that's why you have to be in communication and go to the conferences and figure all that out. But if parents don't have personal freedom, they can't teach it. They don't know. They don't know. People pay for what they want and they beg for what they need. My mom said that, Lord rest her soul. They do. It's October. I need a Salvation Army voucher. Are you a grandmother raising children? No. Is your husband incarcerated and, you have no help? Well, no. And after I ask a series of questions, I'm like, okay. Now what you need, sis, is to pull that damn bonnet off your head, pull them velvet pajamas off, go get dressed and come back. And we'll have a real conversation. I won't be doing that for free anymore because I had to learn to put value on what I do. I put value on what I do because if not, you won't value it. Stop asking to go to people's workshops and say, oh, is it free? Is it free? The weave you bought wasn't free. When you went to Jenny's Beauty Supply, you didn't walk in and ask what free stuff was. You saw the prices and you paid for the stuff and walked out. But you can't even go and sign up for somebody's, workshop because you don't want to pay $20, $10, whatever the ticket is to invest in yourself. Joshua says, have a great day. I got to get back to my son with my event. Go sew, boo. Go sew. Get that done and post some pictures. But yes, I'm going to end it right here, y'all, because I could go on and on and on and on and on. But we have to, you know, lead by example and show our other sisters and brothers the way. We have to be able to help and give back. You know, this community that I'm collecting $4 from every like $1, $2, $3, $4. All I'm asking for is $4. That's a cup of coffee. So that I can go to Sam's and buy a case of 32 and get 32 bottles of water for $4. And so it's July, the second weekend in July is when we're gonna go and deliver the water to this community in Sand Branch. Hey, Mr. Rav, how are you? So the $4 is gonna buy a case of water. You waste the case brushing your teeth, talking to your husband about what you're gonna do today. These people need water to bathe, brush their teeth, and drink. They need water for everything. And so, yes, we do have to start telling the truth, and we have to give back. We are sisters and our brothers' keeper. And so, as I collect this $4, I need water, right? I need cases of water. That's what I need. And so the second weekend in July is when I'm going to go out there. Today I have a little time, so I'm going to drive out to the community today and see exactly where it is. But we have to remember that, you know, when we can't be God-given. We can't beat him giving. And when we treat others the way we want to be treated, it comes back because you reap just what you sow. It's the truth. And so all of that, okay, just let me know what time is good for you. I'll be working here for a little while. I got a couple of things I need to do, and then I'll be heading out. So just message me. But if you can donate $4, I mean, it's just a case. A case of water is really not a lot either. Okay, not if you're using it to bathe and drink and brush your teeth and stuff like that with. So it's called H2O Part 2. And so we'll be collecting that water, cases of water, up until the second weekend in July. Okay, I have some more things I'm working on with feeding the homeless. That's going to be coming up next month also, so I'm still working on that. Not a lot of cooking because it's hot, so it'll probably be sandwiches, chips, and bottled water. So I'm collecting for that because guess what? We have to take care of our own, and we have to show them what that looks like. So I wish you well on your journey today. And remember that when it comes to personal freedom, we have to be active, willing participants in our own lives. We have to show up, and we have to play, and we have to play hard with ourselves and in our own lives. And until we learn how to do it, like Keisha said, you know, we can't teach our children if we don't know. We don't know, but there's a price that has to be paid. Are you willing to pay the price? Post the PayPal link. Okay, let me do that right now. PayPal.me. Yeah, so what I do is whenever those donations come in, I go purchase the water, and I want this to be ongoing. I'm going to do it with or without help, but I'm just soliciting help because some people want to give on that day. I've already had several people say, well, I'm busy, I'm out of town. That's fine. Cash App, I got Cash App too, pre-paid, and it looks like this. That's my Cash App. But my pantry and the dining room is kind of turning into like this overstocked pantry, but I'm good with that because again, we are sisters and brothers keepers, and so we have to be the light sometimes, and it's okay. All right, so that $4 won't kill you today. It's just going to save you some calories. You can thank me later. But I am going to send it via Cash App. Okay, thank you so much. But that's the link. So if you can donate, please do. And again, some of these people have not had running water in over 20 years or even a real bath in over 20 years. And when I heard that, I was just like, oh my God, really? And so I've been reading about it, but it's called Sand Branch, Texas. I'm going to put this up. Sand Branch, Texas. UANCH. And I want you to, not that, just Sand Branch. I'm just going to put the word up. It's still coming up. All right, let's see if that'll get it. Thank you for the Cash App. It just came through. Sand Branch, everybody's community. Okay, That's it. And so that will allow you to read some information about it. But again, we have to do better as a people, and realize that there is a price that has to be paid for freedom. I'm grateful for the people who worked and paid before, but let's go. Let's make it happen. I wish you well on your journey today. I want to see everybody at the top because the bottom is too crowded. That's where 97% of the people are. They're steeped in mediocrity and they want your company. Just say no. No is a complete sentence. We don't have time for that. It's time to move to higher heights, and we have to go. We don't have that kind of time. So I want to just wish you well on your journey today. I see everybody at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Again, if you can donate, I will keep you posted when I'm doing stuff. So I usually do it through here. And that way you can kind of keep up. But I appreciate everybody's attention. Thanks for joining. I know it's kind of early for some people who are off for the summer. But anyway, I'll see everybody at the top. Bye.